is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hey, it's me, George Lovato Jr., the on-call outdoor chef, and you're watching me right now on ProView Network's Comcast Channel 26. I'm coming back for Season 3, a lot of new stuff.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside.
Your home for Colin Cowherd, Jim Rome, and the best in local sports talk. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Decisions. They need to be made. That was about in the community and the fan base when, well, I guess that injunction still works, because in the state of California, as of now, those players, that's where Donovan Nanette was a part of the lawsuit, are still eligible, where some are not eligible. It's a mess. We'll get into it. We'll just talk about who's practicing and playing right now and who's not. But let's get into the decisions, and we'll start with quarterback. And Todd Monken and the Cleveland Browns. It's a quarterback race that is between Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. And by the way, good morning, everybody. Opening drive, JJ Buck, Jonah holding it down, producing this morning by Adrian on ProView Network, Xfinity Channel 26, and streaming online. Deshaun Watson had himself a very polarizing weekend. And when is Deshaun Watson not polarizing? And it's not just about the play. It's about everything else that has happened to get to this point. It's about an 11-game suspension. It's about civil lawsuits that he has paid millions of dollars to settle for sexual assault allegations. Oh, and there's 2 torn Achilles along the way, and a boatload of guaranteed money, $250 million guaranteed. So what in the world went down this weekend? When we're looking at some quarterback competitions right now, it's Cleveland, it's Atlanta, and it is Las Vegas. Because Clint Kubiak, the first-year head coach of the Raiders, has said, you know what, this is Kirk Cousins' job to lose. Let's see what the number 1 overall pick Fernando Mendoza has. And Fernando, been fine. Yeah, he threw that pick 6 the other night, but I am of the opinion that Fernando Mendoza is ready to go. And my opinion now in Cleveland is, how much longer can you hold on? Deshaun Watson hasn't been good. He's been injured, and he's easy to root against. And there is a reason those fans are booing you, Deshaun Watson. Fans will let so much slide in sports if you're good. Fans will root for you. Fans will turn you into a comeback story if you're good. But you're not good, and you're not a good dude. And Deshaun Watson did not like the fan response this weekend, playing a preseason game against the Browns. By the way, he came off the bench this game after starting game 1, because it was Shedeur Sanders' time to start in Cleveland. But Deshaun Watson reacting to the fans who were not happy with him. There was some boos in the stadium. It was his first home game since tearing his right Achilles tendon in October of 2024, an injury for which he underwent multiple surgeries. He missed all of 2025 after re-injuring it, trying to come back. He said, quote, did Watson after the game, the whole world knows it has nothing to do about performance. It's a little bit more personal than that. So I think it's a disrespectful thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that. And you just move on. Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles, and that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So that's a lot there coming from Deshaun Watson. Hearing the boos, still in his mind thinking about the cheers. And yeah, you take that personal when you're an athlete. But this is a situation, if I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, your organization has hung on for dear life to Deshaun Watson to try to say this wasn't a mistake. But then guess what? Your owner came out within the last year and said, you know what, that was a swing and a miss. But yet here they are, still trying to squeeze something out of Deshaun Watson. It gets to a point, even with that guaranteed money, you just got to move on, man. Is Deshaun Watson really going to hit the ground running? Maybe he is. Like, I'm so tired of debating, well, he's the experienced quarterback. Yeah, he looks better in practice. He might handle things. Like, at some point in time, you just got to rip that Band-Aid off and let that thing heal. And the healing in Cleveland does not involve Deshaun Watson. Now, with Todd Monken saying he wants to name a starting quarterback today, he also dropped yesterday that he will not let any comments, specifically Deshaun Watson post-game on Saturday, being mad at the fans, which he has a right to do so, but it's a read the room, man. Why do you think the fans are mad at you? He's not going to let any post-game comment, anything like that, affect his decision. This is just straight football. Now, that should come from Todd Monken. And this is the hand he was dealt. The first-year head coach in Cleveland. They said, here you go. Here is your quarterback room. It is Deshaun Watson. It is Shedeur Sanders. And it is Dylan Gabriel. And from the jump, we knew it was just going to be Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. You feel great about either option? No. But at this point in time, it's like, give me a year of Shedeur, and maybe you found something, and maybe the fifth-round pick turns into someone that gives you a chance to win games, and you can spend the next year or two kind of re-solidifying the foundation of that roster before you find your next quarterback. But, Jonah, this is just Deshaun Watson stuff. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you don't want to hear Deshaun Watson tell you anything.
I wouldn't. And the fact that they're booing him and all the quarterbacks that they've been through, like that mess of a situation, you must be the worst one out of everyone. That's what I'm thinking. Because I don't think Johnny Manziel's been booed. I don't think Baker Mayfield, they praised him until he left. So if you're being booed by Cleveland Browns fans who have had horrible quarterbacks, you're doing something wrong.
You were supposed to be the savior. They gave you everything. They gave you a fully guaranteed contract, which we have never seen in the NFL, to come to Cleveland, plus the draft capital. And that was with everything known that was going on. That was with the off-the-field issues bubbling. That was with him not playing quarterback at the end in Houston. And they gave you the world. And you still want to be mad at the fans. Like, you can't understand why fans would be booing you right now. Yes, you tore your Achilles. But again, man, this is baggage on top of baggage on top of baggage. And you still expect, because the Browns have showed it to him. Browns have given him every opportunity, but then you expect the fan base to want to keep putting up with your mess. You want to keep putting up with listening to you say you have no regrets about anything that's happened in your life. You really sure about that? But Todd Monken, this is the hand he was dealt. And if I am a Cleveland Browns fan, I'm like, dude, just move on from Deshaun Watson. You paid him the money. He's owed the money. You're going to try to win a game or two early in the season out of it, thinking there's something there. Okay, I guess you put on your Browns garb and go, but this just feels like just be done. Just give me Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel. If it doesn't work, well, you're going to have a high draft pick and move on. Like, that's where I would be if I'm a Cleveland Browns fan when it comes to that quarterback decision, because that is just a mess. And then just more Deshaun Watson. Why are you booing me? It hurts. Yeah, it probably hurt yourself, but at some point in time, you need to have a little self-reflection. Why do you think that fan base is booing you? Because they just watched that team give up draft capital, give you $250 million guaranteed. And it's one thing if you just got hurt. We've seen players get hurt. But this is so much more, Deshaun. This is not just about you being hurt and the fans being disrespectful. It's about an organization that gave you everything when you didn't deserve anything. And you have given them nothing in return. Not even nuggets of remorse. Not even nuggets of, man, I'm so happy to be here. I'm glad I'm grinding. Yes, I had 2 Achilles injuries. But here I go. I'm hungry for this opportunity. Never any of that for Deshaun Watson. That goes so far. so far, a little humbleness, a little self-reflection in sport. None of that. It's just bleep you fans. I know who I am. Yeah, you're not a good dude, Sean Watson. And you're not a good football player anymore. And that's why they're booing you. 505-246-0610. Well, Cleveland will name their starting quarterback this morning. We'll keep an eye out for what Todd Monken decides to do with his QB1 job between Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. When we come back on the other side, we'll dive in to a couple other performances from over the weekend and two more decisions. And one of them, I don't necessarily think it's a quarterback battle. It is a medical decision of who will be the starting quarterback. And then the learning curve. And is it time to start that curve for this franchise? We got a lot on deck for you this morning. 505-246-0610. You can get in at Sports Animal Hotline at the the Meineke on San Pedro text line. A lot of Lobo football to discuss when it comes to decisions and quarterback play. What did Jason Eck have to say about his quarterback battle yesterday? And then also we'll hear from some Lobos. I caught up with Malik Alian, one of the team captains, the offensive lineman, and also Xavier Slayton, a defensive lineman who has a brother in the NFL. And it's fun to hear what it's like when they talk shop when it comes to playing defensive line. It is the opening drive right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Coming soon.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Hey, it's me, George Lovato Jr., the on-call outdoor chef, and you're watching me right now on ProView Network's Comcast Channel 26. I'm coming back for Season 3, a lot of new stuff, fun recipes from the Southwest, a little history, Southwestern cooking techniques. We're going to cook underground. I might even tell you a secret about Chimayo red chili. Come on back and watch us at chasingtheflames.com or here on Channel 26, ProView Networks. Bye-bye. See you later.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Hey, it's me, George Lovato Jr., the on-call outdoor chef, and you're watching me right now on ProView Networks Comcast Channel 26.
Talents. We'll discuss that and the feelings and an appropriate response to when a high school athlete makes a decision that might not go the way you want it to go regarding the school that you root for. But we started the show this morning, a Monday morning, as 2 weeks of the NFL preseason are in the books. The practices are ongoing and it's decision season. And if you're having a decision about quarterback, you might not be in a great place right now, but some of these aren't bad decisions. Whether we're talking about Lobo football and what they're going to do with James Lobestein, Luke Moga, Toafa Abai, those three quarterbacks battling for snap and opportunities for Lobo football, who has gigantic expectations this season. Their opener September 5th, hosting Central Michigan, 8 p.m. kickoff out there at University Stadium. Some of these NFL teams trying to figure out, do they go with the savvy vet or just let the young gun give it a go? It's opening drive here on The Sports Animal. JJ Buck Jonah with you this morning. And we're going to move to Atlanta, where to me this is less a quarterback competition and more, is Michael Penix Jr. going to be healthy? Because I believe Kevin Stefanski, first-year head coach of Atlanta, who, by the way, just came from that mess in Cleveland. They moved on from him, and they're like, you know what, Kevin, we're good, even though it's more of a quarterback situation opposed to Kevin Stefanski, who's won NFL Coach of the Year honors. Now he's trying to go figure out how healthy Michael Penix Jr. is. Is Tua even good enough to be a backup now? It's been a rough preseason for Tua Tagovailoa in Atlanta. But Falcons quarterback Michael Penix finally has been cleared by doctors. And this week, Kevin Stefanski said that Penix, who has been practicing throughout camp but has not taken any work 11 on 11, has the green light. Now, the Falcons play their final preseason game Friday. Tua is expected to play after not seeing action against the Colts. Jack Strand is a QB to watch. Now, he is someone that's just fighting to get on a 53-man roster. But this undrafted rookie out of Minnesota State, Moorhead, absolutely put on a show against the Colts. And that's what we're talking about as we discuss preseason performances. What's real? What should you look at? If a player performs, it's an opportunity. It's, hey, maybe we'll give you some more reps in practice this week. Maybe we'll give you some run with the twos in practice. And that's actually what Jack Strand did. This is a dude that was slinging it. And if you saw any of the highlights kind of popped over the weekend on social media, people were like, wait a second, You have Michael Penix, who at that point in time wasn't fully practicing with the team. Tua saw how rough it was at the end with Miami. Hasn't looked good in the drives in the preseason. And then you see this young guy out there slinging it. He started the game 8 for 8 and 155 yards. Now it's taking over for Cooper Rush. Yes, there's another veteran quarterback in Atlanta. Cooper Rush is there. But this is one where Michael Penix Jr., he's healthy. Then Kevin Stefanski goes there to in a backup role in case of emergency. Can you get something out of him? Maybe they have something with Jack Strand. Keep him around as QB3 if he can clear waivers and be on your practice squad. But there's a couple quarterbacks, and we know this every year, Jonah, that go in and you feel like, all right, it's now or you're on the market. And Michael Penix, it feels like he's kind of in that situation. 3 ACL tears, coming back again.
He's been injured most of his career.
Yeah.
Not just the ACLs.
And
I think a dislocated shoulder was one.
You look at this offense, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, a solid core. This feels like, can you get anything out of Michael Penix Jr.? It has to be. If he's healthy, Michael Penix Jr. has to start for the Atlanta Falcons.
I 100%. You banked everything on that pick, and Tua's just hasn't proved himself since those concussions. And the funny thing, you've seen the longest yard. Have you seen the play where the guy gets in at quarterback and he's like, let's go. And then he fumbles and he's like, I had too much popcorn. That's what reminded me of Tua, his first start, because that's what happened.
Yeah, snap that looking right through his hands in the preseason opener.
And I was like, that's your start? I was like, okay. You've been practicing with your center for the past, I don't know how long, and you do that. Not looking good.
Yeah, to me, you look at a couple of these just open situations, and this one wasn't necessarily a competition. It was, when is Michael Penix Jr. going to get cleared? And he's been working, doing 7-on-7s, not full contact stuff, but now finally cleared for full contact. And is that enough time to ramp up to start the season for the Falcons? I think it has to. This is one where you have to go with the young guy. You have to see how healthy is Michael Penix Jr. How can Kevin Stefanski mold him in this offense? When you have pieces around him, it is a winnable division. This division is wide open. When we are falling in love with Tyler Shuck and the New Orleans Saints, because you look at the second half of the season and you start realizing, man, Tyler Shuck put up some crazy numbers in that offense. And Kellen Moore was able to get something out of him, was able to develop. That's exactly what you're clamoring for. That's what you want to see if you're a Falcons fan and Kevin Stefanski, because that division is wide open. 8-9 wins can win you that division. So if you catch a little lightning in a bottle and you become a 10-win team, you can run away with the NFC South. And this is why I think Michael Penix, not just the pressure on him to show can he go full season, but what steps you're able to take moving forward, your efficiency, your completion numbers. Can Kevin Stefanski and that offense, which has fantastic weapons, grow Michael Penix Jr. and the young guy? And this conversation, who was in that room last year, Kirk Cousins, where is he now? He's in Las Vegas. So as we transition from Michael Penix Jr. being healthy, and he should be the guy over the veteran Tua, in Vegas, Clint Kubiak, he's come out and he's been up front. And he has said, hey, Kirk Cousins, initially, he's going to be the guy. And we're going to let Kirk Cousins start and give Fernando Mendoza time. However, this is what practice is all about. We've seen Kirk Cousins say, we've seen Clint Kubiak say, it's Cousins' job to lose. Keeping that door open, not necessarily saying it's going to be a set amount of time that Kirk Cousins is the starter. And if Kirk Cousins absolutely outplayed Fernando Mendoza throughout camp, if there really was a struggle of Fernando Mendoza being under center more, when he was in a shotgun a ton, that is a bit of a learning curve, but it hasn't been that to this point in time. And we saw last week a big step forward in that quarterback competition when it was Fernando Mendoza taking first team reps in a joint practice against the Texans. Yeah, he goes out there, he threw a pick 6, but that's what you need. You need reps now for the number 1 overall pick. And I think Fernando Mendoza is ready to go, but Fernando Mendoza, he's going to handle this well. And I think he is the right personality where you just didn't anoint him the starter. He can handle that. And if there was a clone of Kirk Cousins' personality, it would be Fernando Mendoza. Seeing these two guys in that quarterback room. But Fernando Mendoza coming off Thursday night's preseason game, he was 8 of 15 for 86 yards. He said, quote, I came away with that there's a lot more learning to do. And that although maybe you need a lot of success, that you had a lot of success in another level, this level is a whole step further. We've got another week of playing, and I don't want anyone to be comfortable with their job. That came from Kubiak following his discussion of this quarterback. And to me, I don't know where you come down on this one, Jonah. Like, I understand when you have young quarterbacks on bad teams that if you have a serviceable veteran, which Kirk Cousins is, I think, in that mold now, why a coach would come in and be willing to, let Kirk Cousins start and would want, to just let the young quarterback sit back and watch a little bit. But to me, this screams, let Fernando Mendoza play from week one.
I could see that. There's a reason why they brought Kirk Cousins in. Because, like you said, they're the same exact person. And he has to learn from that at least a little bit, because you don't want to just have Fernando Mendoza going in blind for any of the training camp and then some of the regular season. Because I feel like Kurt's going to start, and then later on, probably I say week 5 or even after the bye week, that's when Fernando Mendoza is going to become the starter.
Now, the challenge for the Raiders is outside of Brock Bowers, whether it's Kirk Cousins, whether it's Fernando Mendoza, is there enough for either of those guys to elevate? Because Clint Kubiak also this weekend said that the wide receiver core is not good enough. And you look right now, it's Trey Tucker, it's Beck, the second wide receiver at TCU, Josh Naylor, who they signed in free agent. That's kind of your top 3 on your depth chart right now.
Yeah, that's not good. You need to trade.
and if you're a Raiders fan, your heart sunk yesterday afternoon for a little bit when the only headline was Ashton Jeanty goes down, leaves practice. What's the first thing that crosses your mind?
He's done for the season.
The dude just tore his ACL. Nope, not that, thankfully. Looks like Ashton Jeanty, who was helped off the practice field on Sunday, it's believed it's just a sprained ankle. Sources told both Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport. Now, the Raiders unsure how long he will be out, and we know not all ankle sprains are the same. And if it is that dreaded high ankle sprain, that can linger. That will absolutely affect the early part of the season. So I wonder, too, how much that plays into what Clint Kubiak does with his quarterback early in the season. Does he feel that there's enough around Fernando Mendoza that the young man can produce? Now, you do need your quarterback. If your number 1 overall pick, you're looking at him to be an elevator. You're looking at him to be someone that does take someone from good to great. That's the expectation of Fernando Mendoza. That's the expectation of a first-round quarterback, is that he's going to come in and he can take average to good or good to great. And so that also factors in Ashton Jeanty being hurt. Now, Mike Washington, they love the dude. Rookie running back, spent some time at New Mexico State. He's popped in the preseason, so he is definitely someone to watch. But I think for Fernando Mendoza, week 1, just go let the young man play. But I think there's more questions, and it's not the quarterback. It's, is there enough offensively early in the season for the Raiders? 505-246-0610, Sports Animal Hotline, the Meineke on San Pedro text lines. It's all about decisions here on a Monday morning, talking about quarterback decisions, and we're going to take it to the University of New Mexico, as Jason Eck had more to say on his quarterback competition following practice yesterday. And I think we're settling in on at least an early season strategy for Lobo football, and what is that going to be as New Mexico rides the hype, the expectations into this season and their home opener September 5th against Central Michigan. We hit that next right here on the Sports Animal.
Lobo fans, single game tickets for your Lobo. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport. including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Hey, it's me, George Lovato Jr., the on-call outdoor chef, and you're watching me right now on ProView Network's Comcast Channel 26. I'm coming back for Season 3, a lot of new stuff, fun recipes from the Southwest, a little history, Southwestern cooking techniques. We're going to cook underground. I might even tell you a secret about Chimayo red chili. Come on back and watch us at chasingtheflames.com or here on Channel 26, ProView Networks. Bye-bye. See you later.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
It's a decision hour here on the opening drive. Happy Monday morning, everyone. JJ Boak with you. Jonah holding it down, producing this morning. Got Adrian on ProView Network. Hope you all enjoyed. Weekend is getting busy. High school football is here. Other sports are ramping up. Had my first broadcast of the year with women's soccer. And we are in it now. It's that time of year where it's ramping up. All eyes on next Saturday. You ready? College football is here. Saturday, it's the first college football games of the season. 0 week is upon us, and we'll see the opener. It's North Carolina and TCU in Ireland. We'll also have New Mexico State in action at Florida State. Head coach Tony Sanchez of the Aggies will join us tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for his weekly conversation. It's game week. So we'll be talking game specific with the Aggie head coach coming up tomorrow morning as the Aggies are 31.5-point underdogs at Florida State. And I know there's some around here, includes Mr. Symbieta, that is liking New Mexico State to at least cover in this game. And there's so much uncertainty in a lot of these week one contests and with the roster turnover. And then if you're Central Michigan, you're looking at the University of New Mexico going, who's playing quarterback? Well, James Lobstein, he's on tape. It's not really one where I don't think the Lobos are doing this, not having a QB1 right now, to play any games or to hide anything. They're 11.5-point favorites right now still over Central Michigan. And Oprah, I think it's been a legit competition. You have a young quarterback that everyone is excited about, Luke Moga, who transferred from Oregon. Okay, yes, he was recruited to play at Oregon, but that doesn't mean he steps on campus and he's immediately that much better. Because the discussion that we've been having about the quarterback position and some of these young guys, they just need to play football. They need to practice. They need to be put in different situations, and that's what Luke Moga has been put in since spring and up until now. And I'm excited to see, because my confidence has grown. Early on, it wasn't cut and dry. You're watching spring football, and you're like, yeah, this dude isn't just immediately going to take Jack Lane's job. Well, now we know Jack Lane isn't playing quarterback because of his elbow injury, and it became James Lobstein versus Luke Moga versus Toa Ba'avai. I think it's James Lobstein and Luke Moga who are both going to play. And Jason Eck, after practice yesterday, said, quote, if it ends up being really tight, maybe you're just going to play multiple quarterbacks. I don't want to force it if there is not one clear guy. When you hear that, Jonah, is it one where you have confidence in this staff that they'll piece it together, or does this worry you more at this point for local football?
It doesn't worry me at all. We have James Lobstein actually did really good, if people remember, especially at our last game, not the bowl game, but the one where we played here. He's a solid quarterback, and I would trust that the staff knows that too. So I wouldn't be worried at all.
My confidence has grown, and it's being at practice. Of course, listening to the coaches and looking at that coaching staff and what Jason Eck has done in his career. And by the way, Jason Eck, yes, he's an offensive lineman, but he was an offensive coordinator climbing that ladder. And so you have your offensive lineman, offensive coordinator, head coach working with Luke Schleichner, who I liked a lot of the things that he did last year in the offense with Jack Lane, with the players that they had available. And then someone like even Zach Lujan coming over, who was the offensive coordinator the prior 2 years at Northwestern, who's now one of your assistants and a tight end coach for you. You have a lot of good offensive mind. I think will maximize the skill position players and be able to utilize James Lobstein and Luke Moga in positive ways. Yes, with their legs, and find efficiency in the pass game. And you saw it last year with Keegan Johnson and Dorian Thomas, who were target machines, but reception machines. They were able to get the football in their playmakers' hand. Now, we've talked a lot about it, and I know you're probably tired of hearing it. If you constantly listen to me talk about Lobo football, the impact Damon Bankston and G.J. McKinney had in this offense, they were phenomenal. Not just in the run game, but those quick passes out of the backfield. I think Kiefer Sibley, who was shouted out by Jason Eck yesterday as someone that is right now probably the RB2 over Cam Matthews behind Scott Trey Humphrey. I know that they're working to get Scott Trey Humphrey a little bit more involved in the passing game because that was such a big part of what they did last year. I think the depth is good. I think, Skytrey Humphrey, healthy this season. Again, he had an ankle injury last year. Sprained ankle, it slowed him down, but then just the talent Banks and McKinney took over. I think with Skytrey Humphrey and then getting a little more confident, comfortable, catching some passes out of the backfield in this offense, the North Texas transfer Sibley, the Memphis transfer Matthews, my confidence is growing that even though they haven't settled on a QB1, there hasn't been someone that's just rose up and ran away with this position, that they'll find a way to get it done early in the season.
Someone just asked what week 0 is and why. I kind of know why, because it's Hawaii rule, right? Because of their accommodation.
Yeah, so instead of just saying week 1, the NCAA allows teams to start, like, you can play official games on X date. And that first date is Saturday, August 29th this season. And it just kind of became 0 week because it's a smaller slate of games. And it's, an NCAA calendar rule where kind of 0 week took off. And TV was able to jump on it and take some games. But we look at it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games on that Saturday. So it's not
football's football.
A traditional full slate. So they call it 0 week. And yeah, give me all that football. Absolutely. Get USC out there, North Dakota State, Jacksonville State, of course, North Dakota State, new member of the Mountain West Conference. The Aggies are playing, and then could be a group of 6 eliminator game, man. Memphis at UNLV is the nightcap. And then you get week 1 officially starts on Thursday for those Thursday games. So you get Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's just an NCAA thing with the way the calendar falls. So that's like your first official day you can play games. And you didn't see a lot of teams initially start the season there, but more and more squads are, you said, starting on 0 week. And some of it plays into teams that have that extra game by, going to Hawaii, which means you can play 13 games, which I don't know. The added travel of going to Hawaii means you get to play an extra game. Okay. But you see that on the schedule. And a lot of times teams aren't taking advantage of that 13th game anymore. And especially with the growth of college football playoff and how tight it is in the power conferences and them not really playing a lot of crossover games outside. Yeah, that's a different conversation, but that's what 0 week is. It's just like on the first official day you can play college football games. And we get that this Saturday. And we'll talk with Aggie head coach Tony Sanchez tomorrow at 7 about his Aggies playing a 0 week contest at Florida State. 505-246-0610, Sports Animal Hotline, and the Monarchy on San Pedro text line. So I'm expecting multiple quarterbacks for the Lobos early in the season. Lopestein and Moga feel to be the 2 you'll see. And then I trust that this coaching staff can put something together where they're efficient in the offense, finds its footing. That defense, even without Brett Carhu, who is world ineligible. And yeah, I know it's weird because we're going to talk about Donovan Dent on the other side, who is a 5-for-5 guy that is still eligible, but then other players are not eligible. I don't know. We'll try to figure it out. It's the opening drive right here on the Sports Channel.
This report is sponsored by Aug.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Hey, it's me, George Lovato Jr., the on-call outdoor chef. And you're watching me right now on ProView Networks Comcast Channel 26. I'm coming back for Season 3. A lot of new stuff, fun recipes from the Southwest, a little history, Southwestern cooking techniques. We're going to cook underground. I might even tell you a secret about Chimayo red chili. Come on back and watch us at chasingtheflames.com or here on Channel 26, ProView Networks. Bye-bye. See you later.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need
Junior. Committed to Xavier. There's B. Mace Jr., currently ranked by 24/7 Sports as the 7th best shooting guard in the country. I know Jeff Grammer is all over that. They did the live announcement on Sunday. B. Mace has been working out, playing for ABC Prep Academy. And I know a lot of fans were excited to see Brandon Mason Jr. hopefully become a Lobo, because if you went to games, you remember, yes, Brandon Mason Sr. was the assistant coach for a little while at the University of New Mexico, and B. Mace Jr. was a ball boy out there. But B. Mace going with Richard Pitino and Xavier. He narrowed down his list of schools to Xavier, Grand Canyon, Boise State, Ohio, and UNM. But he decided to go to the Big East. He said, quote, "I'm ready to prove a lot of people wrong about New Mexico and just show what I'm really about." And this is super polarizing. Of course, you have a local kid with high upside that doesn't choose your favorite school if you're a Lobo fan. Some people can be upset. Some people are always going to be bitter on social media. But again, tip your cap. This is a huge thing in that young man's life. And you know that the family had a a serious discussion about what it would be like if he stayed here and played for Eric Olin, or going with someone I'm sure they have a solid relationship with as well, Richard Pitino and Xavier, and trying out the Big East route. And guess what, guys? If someone makes a commitment, don't burn the bridge down. Don't be one of those people that talks bad about high school kids on social media. Like, go for a walk, touch grass, just a little bit. You can be frustrated, be like, oh, bummed out. They didn't pick your favorite school, and why would you do that? You're a New Mexico kid. You got to stay in New Mexico. Well, maybe he will come back. Thing called the transfer portal. You never know what happened. But that initial decision, and Jonah, you were a college athlete, so you got to experience that. Just what it was like, making decisions. Like, that's got to be just such a big moment when you finally settle in of where you're going, who you're going to go play for.
Yeah. I got called a traitor once on Kenny's show because we were talking about Donovan Dent and that when he came back, that it's a disgrace, and that anyone who transfers is a disgrace to their university that they transfer to. And then I was like, I transferred back from UNM. But it's more, they need to see it from, like, the kid's perspective. Like, he made the decision because he thinks that's the best thing for him. It's not the best thing for you, not the best thing for the state. It's the best thing for him and his family. And they need to respect that. So if you, touch grass, if you think that was funny.
I think, touch grass. I don't use that phrase a lot, but sometimes it's just, especially when it comes to like high school kids making their decision and how wrapped up people can be. Yeah, you want to support and say, hey, come to my school. And especially with a local kid, right? You can feel a little jilted if you're a Lobo fan and he doesn't choose New Mexico and he goes to Xavier. Yeah, there's that Richard Pitino connection, and Richard Pitino left you. And it's understandable. And it's not to say you shouldn't have feelings as a fan because you're emotional about it. That's where the investment comes from. But especially high school kids, like when it hasn't been a lot, but there is. It's out there when they make their decisions, and people on social media love to run their mouth because it's social media, but people don't even hide it anymore.
But just imagine if he does enter the transfer portal and now he's thinking about coming to New Mexico, do you think he's going to think about the people that were like, oh, you told me I didn't want to be here. I don't like you. Like, why would I?
I don't think it got to that level.
Okay.
Like, I think we always see stuff on social media. Yeah. Like, people, you see it. But it's got to be hard, especially when you're 17, 18 years old, and everyone that's around him. I'm sure his dad, everyone is like, you want to have a social media presence, but at the same time, it's like you can't get wrapped up in it. They always say that you don't read the comment, or at least I don't have the problem here, but I know like other shows, or if you're on KKOB, it's like, man, don't open the text line. Like, there's just certain things you're just like, dang, how do you handle that? And yeah, I know there were some people that were bummed that Brandon Mason Jr. decided to go to Xavier. But again, like, this stuff could change. And you never know what happens with Richard Pitino. Is that something that works out at Xavier? Does he get another job? Does he last there 2, 3, 4 years? Do Mason Jr. get in the transfer portal? Like, there's always an opportunity to come back. And just don't listen to the comments. Don't read the comments. Don't take it personally. And
do what's best for you.
Yeah, tip your cap. And he wants, for him right now, he feels, and whether you want to take it as a slight or not, that he wants to challenge himself going to the Big East as opposed to playing New Mexico. And you look at the other schools, like there was 2 Mountain West schools, Grand Canyon, New Mexico, on his Final 5. He liked the fit at Ohio, not necessarily a major conference school in the MAC. Boise State, the new look Pac-12, and Xavier. And he narrowed it down. And, of course, Brandon Mason Sr. mentioned he had upwards of 25 offers. And that was just the 5 that they felt comfortable with, places that he liked. And he decided to go to Xavier. And he made this decision, too, before his senior year. He said that he just wanted to focus on playing basketball, and he'll have 1 more year. And you can watch B. Mace Jr., ABC Prep, and all the players that are going through there play basketball this season before he's going to Xavier. And the world continues to spin. Other prospects will pop up. Other guys will commit to your university. And a local product say congratulations and best of luck at Xavier. And I'm sure that many people will be keeping an eye open of what happens because you just don't know. You always can come back. Now, a player that decided not to come back, and I know it was interesting, y'all. We had the conversation. Would someone write the check? We'll discuss Donovan Dent deciding to go to LSU, and then some people absolutely questioning, why would you go play for Will Wade? You know why? The bag. The money talks, and it's just a year. We'll talk about Donovan Dent. But coming up on the other side, one of the team captains, there's two official team captains for Lobo football. Jackson Eck and Malik Allion. Malik Allion, this dude's from France.
Bro's the funniest person I ever met.
Dude,
he's so funny.
Has a great personality, is a good offensive lineman. And I had a chance to catch up with him over the weekend. He's played his entire football career in the state of New Mexico, and it all hasn't just been at UNM. It's a great story, good dude. Malik Allion on the Lobo team captains, a conversation with him. Coming up next, the opening drive right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Wins a job. Just how you guys are coming together.
I mean, honestly, it was pretty quick. As soon as Cole stepped foot on campus, we matched pretty well. He's a calm guy. You know, that's what I need. I'm very emotional, very excited. I get very hyped. You know, like that's a perfect balance with Cole. Honestly, having 4 guys out of 5 back is insane. Like nowadays in the transfer portal era and NIL, it's really rare to have this kind of chemistry and build this kind of thing. And I think it really is Coach X making us coming back. But as a whole, I say that we're already better than last season. Like as soon as spring ball started, we're already seeing it. Because one thing about this offense is that it is kind of hard to learn and master. It's easy to learn, but it's hard to master. And us having a whole year in that offense really helped us master this offense. And having Cole that just got here is easy because we already know it so well that it was easy to teach him.
Now you mentioned your journey at the University of New Mexico. You've seen a little bit of everything. What was it like last year? You were here every day grinding with the team, and you saw it was getting better. And then you saw the way that this fan base responded all the way to that San Diego State.
Man, that was so crazy because I remember my first year here, we played Wazoo. People were leaving at halftime, even though I was one of the biggest wins. I was the first win against an AP poll ranked opponent since the 90s. And, you know, now we got the whole state supporting us. It means a lot to me because New Mexico is my family. That's my second home to me. So it really means a lot. And, you know, it really got me emotional after that San Diego State when I was thinking about all those times before when the stadium was empty. And, you know, we were winning a lot too. But, yeah, it was very emotional for me.
Well, I appreciate you, man. We'll have to kick it about sometime, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
That's Malik Alian, one of the team captains, global offensive lineman. Fun conversation. And yeah, it's crazy. Just fell in love with the game of football because of the swag, the uniforms. He wanted to be prime time. He wanted to be like Deion Sanders. And then he realized, I'm probably going to have to play offensive line.
I was surprised about that. I was like, what? You saw me.
I want to be a cornerback. Well, I don't know about that, man. I think you're going to be a left guard.
Yeah. He was. I remember like a specific time when I was at UNM and I was getting treatment in the treatment room, and he walks in, this loud personality. He's just walking in, and then he just starts talking to me, and I was like, oh. And he's like, how are you doing? I was like, I could be better, but he's like, you'll get back. You'll do great at track. I was like, I've never talked to him before, but like that personality, I could definitely see like why everyone loves him.
Has good personality, good football player. And you look at this offensive line, and as we talk about the quarterback position for New Mexico, the development of the skill position players, it starts up front. And they're going to have an opportunity to have an efficient offense because of this offensive line. Bringing 4 guys back. Jamar Tassi didn't start every game last year, but he played a lot of football. He slides in at right guard. You got Caden Robinette at center. Tyler Lawrence at right tackle. Cole Millward comes over. His FCS transfer, but he played a lot of football at Weber State. You have experience, you have continuity, and that's a strong offensive line. And so when it comes to the run game, when it comes to quarterbacks making plays in the quick passing game, that's how they have an opportunity to develop that offense, even if they play multiple quarterbacks, which it looks like they will early in the season, as Jason Eck still has not officially named QB1, but even when he names QB1, you're going to see multiple dudes just taking snaps in the offense and try to maximize the ability of the players available. It's the dudes up front. They're going to set the tone. And the fact that the Lobos were able to keep those guys, and even when we look at the defensive line, and we'll talk with Xavier Slayton coming up a little bit later, bringing him back. He's a bit of a tweener. He can play the edge. He'll slide inside, kind of that Gabe Lopez mold that we've watched over the last few years. And what Spence Nowitzki was able to do with those guys last year, that this defensive line with Brian Booker and Jalen McIver, 2 strong defensive tackles. The fact you're able to keep your offensive line and defensive tackles that, yes, we talk about quarterback, we talk about skill position players, but in the transfer market, those are some of the most expensive dudes. If you have good linemen, you can get really good deals. And the fact that UNM was able to keep 4 linemen, add a solid one that can come in and play at left tackle, plus a defensive line, that's an exceptional offseason for this program.
That's where it starts too. I feel like all teams, if you have a good offensive line, you're going to do really good, especially all returning offensive line. With that chemistry, it's going to be even better. And so whoever that quarterback one is going to be blessed.
505-246-0610, Sports Animal Hotline, the Meineke on San Pedro text line. It's been a conversation about decisions. The decision was made in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson is the starting quarterback. They are going to ride that into the ground, and they just can't move on. Deshaun Watson, Todd Monken, he's your QB1 in Cleveland. We've discussed some of the other quarterback competition / just dudes trying to get healthy throughout the NFL. And when we come back on the other side, Donovan It going to LSU. I know there was a little bit of a, could it have worked? Would UNM open the door to Donovan Dent? So what do you think was the ultimate reason that he goes to LSU? Yes, we understand you can put money at the top, but then just the trickle down, the other decisions that were made, the way Eric Olin felt about it when he was asked about Donovan Dent and what his roster makeup is like. We hit that next on The Sports Animal.
The Drake Toll Show, the Robbie Ray and Casey
We would like to
Live.
thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Hey, it's me, George Lovato Jr., the on-call outdoor chef, and you're watching me right now on ProView Network's Comcast Channel 26. I'm coming back for Season 3, a lot of new stuff, fun recipes from the Southwest, a little history, Southwestern cooking techniques. We're going to cook underground. I might even tell you a secret about Chimayo Red Chili. Come on back and watch us at chasingtheflames.com or here on Channel 26, ProView Networks. Bye-bye. See you later.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico.
ML.
OD in the AM. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully enjoyed your weekend. Very busy. High school football underway. 'Tis the season. Ramp up the other sports. Of course, everything you got going on. Maybe playing youth sports in the high school. College football officially kicks off on Saturday, 0 week. Real, live, meaningful regular season football games. All the preseason action, answering questions or trying to get answers to questions across the board. So many positions, so many stories to break down. And then also following along of who the heck is eligible. What will the fallout be? 5 for 5. Did you file the lawsuit in the right state? Because I know there were a lot of questions about how is this dude playing, but these others are ruled ineligible. It's opening drive. JJ Buck, Jonah Holm, let down Adrian on ProView Network. As we found out Friday morning, couple Lobos, Brett Carhu and Bear Levels. Of course, Carhu was going to be one of your starting defensive end. Levels. It's going to add depth to the secondary. Not eligible anymore. And so it's just not one broad lawsuit. It's not just one piece of paper that had all these players' names on it. There's a lot of injunctions, a bunch of legalese that don't fully understand. All we know is someone will be told you're eligible, you're not eligible. Because you have that going on where those two players were not eligible, but then you had other players that were committing to play their 5th year. And a big one, of course, was we were discussing Daquan Wright, the Cleveland Browns tight end, who's going to LSU to join Lane Kiffin because Daquan Wright had played at Ole Miss the prior 2 years, went undrafted, signed with the Eagles earlier this summer, got cut, then signed with the Browns, and he's been in Browns training camp. Now, he did not play in their 2 preseason games, but he essentially was like, yo, can you cut me? Because I got a deal to go back to LSU. So he's someone that is still eligible to play because he's on the right lawsuit in the right state. As is Donovan Dent. And Donovan Dent, and we were having some fun last week with different conversations, and it was a serious conversation. Is Donovan Dent going to play college basketball? When he said yes to that, put his name on the lawsuit of wanting to be eligible of one of the 2022 players trying to get that extra year, then you start wondering, where's he going to be? Where's Donovan Dent? Where was he this summer? Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's comfortable here. He liked it. And so you start thinking, A to B, Donnie Dent back to UNM for year 5. Yeah, sounded good. Now, there were questions to answer if you're Eric Olin. What you've committed to, what does your word mean when you're this late in the process with your ride to net? Leaning on the sophomore to be the starting point guard. But then Donovan Dent's available, and would you sit down and have that tough conversation? I'm sure you would. But
how do you think it would rub Dax, too?
Yeah, Dax Hall coming in.
That's what I was
hoping to get some minutes. Now, all these are, if you're a head coach and you have to make that decision, those are not fun conversations, but those are, times you sit down. Now, I thought, could it have happened? And the question we asked is, would this be the time, if you're Eric Olin and you probably have one, I don't know what, like one golden ticket in your pocket where you could get the money people to write one big check. Or you probably have one golden ticket. And it's like, we asked, is this the guy you want to use? Would it be right now? Be like, guys, Donovan Dent's available. 1 more year as a Lobo. Can you write this check? And is now you want to use it? No, that's the first. That's a given. The level that Donovan Dent plays. But then, yeah, it's the trickle down effect, and kind of being this late in the process, and the conversation you've had with your ride to net, the development of Dax Hall, who you should be excited for. He's a completely different player than his brother. I don't think that means Dax Hall won't contribute, but I'm also not expecting him to be like the Mountain West freshman of the year, right? So there's just so many factors, and why would it make sense? Why would you want to bring Donovan Dent in? Of course, because he's a talented basketball player and he could help you get to another level. So you're going back and forth, you're having all these discussions, and then I think when on the podcast with Jeff Grammer, Albuquerque Journal, where Eric Olin praised Donovan Dent, but then just kind of laid it out there and paraphrasing about, like, hey, we've spent our money. That was kind of him letting you know, like, he's not going to go ask for another favor at this point in time. He's happy with his roster. He's going to stick with the guys he has and move forward. And even with that being said, start thinking what they're going to be. And then LSU popped up. And you started hearing LSU over the last week or so. And I get it. I know there's some Lobo fans questioning, why would you go play for Will Wade? Will Wade, dicey history, right? Been caught up in a lot of stuff. Kind of scandalous. Not a great dude. Well, if you look at it from Donovan Dent's perspective, he pretty much told you this summer that he wasn't just going to go chase pro contract. He didn't really chase the draft. Didn't try summer league. Wasn't looking for a G League deal. Wasn't looking to just go play overseas. He was kind of content getting into the coaching world. And so when the 5-5 came up, that made sense. Like, you don't have to just go chase a contract somewhere. You can get a lot of money to play college basketball. I think if you're making, $3 to $4 million, whatever that check is, you can handle Will Wade for a year. And that's where I know some people have seen it, have a negative feeling about Donovan Dent going, oh, why would you go there, man? I'm not sure about your decision making. His decision is he just wants to play 1 more year of basketball, put a lot of money in the bank for his future and go. And yeah, I'm with you when you look at Will Wade and his dicey track record and is like, is that someone you want to be around? Well, if you're paying him $4 million, he'll put up with Will Wade for you. And it's the theme of the morning, right? The decisions.
I just saw a post on Reddit. It says LSU clearly doesn't respect Jaden Daniels' legacy for having 5 players on the roster.
How dare they're going to start
really gonna
five
start
players on the basketball floor? The disrespect for Jaden Daniels. By the way, his cameo against the Lions this weekend, why did you put him out there for 3 plays? To get sacked on one of them, go 3 and out, and not play the rest of the game. Laramie Tunsil going down, the left tackle for the Commanders. That's the problem. But yeah, Jaden Daniels, the number 5 at LSU. I thought it would be fun to see Donovan Dent come back. It would have been, you sit down with your ride tonight. You sit down with Donovan Dent. If it got to that point where you got the money, you cashed in your golden ticket for Eric Olin, you got someone to write the check for 1 year of Donovan Dent, you figure it out. And maybe some of the challenges that come with it. I think there'd be some defensive challenges in that backcourt. Would have been fun, sure. But, man, I'm not mad at Donovan. I'm not going to sit there and necessarily question his character. Like, he's got one more year of gigantic earning potential. It was LSU. Dan had the best offer on the table, which sounds like financially for him what he was really motivated by, and I don't blame him. When you're not planning on playing basketball anymore and all this stuff kind of popped up and then you get an opportunity, go put the biggest thing in your savings account you can, especially if you're thinking about starting a family in the future. And there you go. It was a fun conversation. Would it have been fun to see Donovan get one more ride at the pit? Sure. But now if you're Eric Olin, you don't have to mess with any of that noise. Donovan Dent's going to LSU. You got your rides tonight. You got your roster. You got your young guys you're hoping to develop throughout the year behind him. And I think with your rides tonight, Jake Hall, Hudson Mays, and then whatever that forward situation is going to look like, got yourself a pretty good roster. Could it have been better with Donovan Dent? Sure. But I think there was a level of confidence, and also Eric Olin, there's a point where you're that deep into it. Can you go back on your word just because? Like if this conversation was happening, early in the process, early in the summer, yeah, I think it's a much different conversation as opposed to getting into August, late July, and then having these questions arise of, do I want to cash in my gold ticket? Do I want to bring him in? I spent all summer developing this roster. I've talked with the Riotinet. I've kind of laid it down with these guys. So I want to go back on it now just because maybe Donovan Dent's belt. 505-246-0610. That's the Sports Animal Hotline at the Montague on San Pedro text line right here on the Sports Animal.
When you're sick, call the doctor. When you're
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
So my question moving forward with the 5-for-5 eligibility, and they're trying to say you have 5 years to play college athletics now, or you turn 19, you have 5 years from that. And just trying to put some guardrails on it, which I'm fine with. What I want to know is how they navigate if you have eligibility remaining. When does that officially go away? Because a lot of times, the 5-for-5 kind of 25 has been the age limit. But what if you're a player that plays 3 years? You get drafted, maybe you're on the bubble, and then it's a Daquan Wright situation where you're in an NFL training camp and you're like, you know what, cut. Like, I think that there's always something else that you have to answer. And as the NCAA navigates these waters, they're just trying to figure out what direction they want to go. When is eligibility done outside of you've played 5 years? Because that's the next step in this. It's opening drive right here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JG Buck, Jonah holding it down with you this morning. The Daquan Wright situation. It's not just that he was in an NFL camp, because that doesn't shock. It's in this new era where they're trying to put some rails and say, all right, this is your 5 years to play 5. What if you play 3? What if you play 4? What makes you ineligible? Because a lot of people, I know Dan Lanning, Oregon head football coach, he had his rant over the weekend on this. He said, hey, once you're in the NFL, you're gone. You're done. Whether or not you make a roster, whether or not you sign a full contract versus just being, a camp invitee, no, you've made your move. But then I think about what college basketball is going. And how do you classify what level is like the end-all be-all? Is it just the NFL and NBA? Because the Lobos have benefited from dudes that are playing professional overseas. Now, it's not the highest level. We talk, maybe, I don't know the exact wording on some of these leagues, but lower tier pro leagues overseas. And those guys are coming to play college athletic. But is it okay if it's before they start college that those guys can come in and play? Like, that's the next speed bump in all of this. It's not just, oh my gosh, can you believe a dude's leaving the NFL to go play college? It's, all right, what happens when the guy plays 3 years and goes, and he still has technically his eligibility window open, right? He didn't play 5. He's still under 25. Can he go back? Like, how do you think this plays out moving forward? Because Daquan Wright, who was with the Cleveland Browns at tight end, he's going to LSU. He was essentially cut by the Browns so he could go play with Lane Kiffin at LSU. He played the last 2 years at Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin. How do you think the NCAA handles this now? Like, if it's inside that window, and what is, I guess, pro enough?
I agree on Dan Lanning. If you're in the NFL, you're done. So, but I could also see it from the actual player's perspective, saying, oh, I did my chance. I still want to play football. I think I could still prove myself. That's why I'm going to go back to college. So it's kind of hard at that if they do have a chance and they think they could get that development in that 1 year in college, that they do have the right to go back. But it's still kind of hard.
It is, because I've thought in the past, especially when talking about basketball, if you look at the NBA draft, it's just 60 slots. That if you're still had eligibility left, you weren't drafted, maybe you went to a camp or two, didn't get signed, that you should be able to come back and play college basketball. So how would that be any different than this NFL conversation? Because I have been on board with, hey, if you don't make it, you didn't get drafted, you're not pro, even though you're trying to get drafted. Shouldn't you be able to go back and use your eligibility? I've been on that side. But then looking at this, it's messy. And all you're looking for is just some clarity. And I don't think we're going to get clarity for a long time in college athletics. I think we're going to see more situations arise where we see guys going back. It's because I know right now people are looking at this situation and thinking it's just going to be this class. Well, not necessarily. What to say moving forward that in the new 5-for-5 era, a guy plays 3 years, tries to go pro, it doesn't work out. Is he able to come back? So that's the question NCAA has to answer. And that's why I don't think this is something that goes away after this year. That goes away once, the class of 2022 is done filing their lawsuits. Because then moving forward, you're just going to have more guys say, hey, man, I still got time. I'm not 25 yet. I didn't play my 5 years. I'm going to go back. I'm like, what do we want? What do we need? What makes sense? And is it make sense just to have that door open? That if you're a school that has a space available, bring them back in. Because this isn't just going to go away after this season. And I'm with you. And I think the classic mindset was once you turn pro, regardless of what happens, you're done.
So if you sign that contract, then.
But again, we're just kind of just asking what level of pro sport is okay to play to where it doesn't take away your eligibility. Because college basketball is littered with dudes that were playing professional basketball overseas that are eligible to play college basketball.
So if someone enters like the CFL, they should be able to come back too.
That's what you're kind of asking.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference? What's the difference in what DeQuan Wright is doing? Yes, it's the NFL. It's the highest level of football. Versus, Tomislav Bullion. Someone like that was playing overseas that comes to play college basketball. Like, where does it go? What direction does it go in college athletics? Because I don't think there's a clean answer to this one. 505-246-0610. We'll take your phone calls. Sports Animal Hotline, the Meineke on San Pedro text line. Same number as well. It's the opening drive right here on the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Hey, it's me, George Lovato Jr., the on-call outdoor chef. And you're watching me right now on ProView Networks Comcast Channel 26. I'm coming back for season 3. A lot of new stuff, fun recipes from the Southwest, a little history, Southwestern cooking techniques. We're going to cook underground. I might even tell you a secret about Chimayo red chili. Come on back and watch us at chasingtheflames.com or here on Channel 26, ProView Networks. Bye-bye. See you later.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all.
Right. Got a text. Who wouldn't take $4 million on a one-year contract? Absolutely. Again, it's a one-year deal. Donovan Dent going to LSU. Not there to look up to Will Wade. Is there to, hey, I'm going to be your point guard. We're going to ball out for a season. Deposit another check. And then I'll get back to coaching. Then I'll get back to my life. And that's what it comes down to. It would have been fun to see Donovan Dent setting up Jake Hall and running that offense and the freedom that Eric Olin gives his guards. Yeah, it would have been a lot of fun.
How about if there's no transfer portal and we had JT Toppin, Donovan Dent, Drew Washington?
Don't do that, man.
No, it's
don't play the what could have been game. Man, it's tough. I understand. Being a fan, it's not easy because your teams break your heart when they lose or they frustrate you. And then your financial investment. Goodness, what platform? I need to stream it on Amazon. I need to put it on Peacock. I got to put it on Netflix.
And then Mountain West. And
MW Plus. Hopefully you sign up for that.
Then you got to get to the gas station near because that's the only place that they'll play. Like how these streaming services are.
Wait, I got to watch the game on a gas pump? Yes, it's only playing at Circle K.
Yeah,
only on Circle K gas pump.
You have to take the gas too.
Yeah. You got to get your gas at Circle K to watch the game. Like, that's the way it feels sometimes watching sports. And then, yeah, the transfer portal, and it's messy. Ultimately, when it gets down to it, these players do care. And when they put on the jersey of your favorite team, they're invested. Coaches, the players, even with all the stuff that's going on around the edges and the transfer portal and NIL and rev share, this, that, and the other. Just getting to the game. It's the hard part. Like, you're getting to the season. So, all right, it's all said and done. This is a roster. Let's go play. Getting there can be bumpy. But I think that as we go through the offseason, we have these discussions. We talk about what college athletics is going to look like in the future. What does eligibility mean? This, that, or the other. It can be frustrating, but we just need a game. Just need to stop saying, what if this, what if that? And just argue about plays and decisions. And just get to the games. And hopefully the team you root for will give you enough enjoyment that you'll stick around. 505-246-0610, Sports Animal Hotline. The Meineke on San Pedro text line for you this morning. Go to the phones. Mike, you're on the opening drive. What's up, Mike?
Hey, good morning, guys. You just said something that just triggered me in a good way. I was like, look at the talent that's come through this town. You know, for whatever people say this town is about, you know, it does have its rough spots. It does bring in some talent. There's been some great talent come through. The trick is holding on to it because the money's not here. But we definitely have had coaching that has allowed us to to convince these young men to come here, and women to come here and compete, and it's just holding on is a trick, and and when you're going against the TCUs of the world and the Texas teams, I mean, you name it, it's the money's not here. And although, what's weird is there is a lot of oil money here. I just don't get it. There is a lot of money in this state that just doesn't seem to relate to going to the college sports. But I just wanted to build on that point, and I'm like, wow, that's true. Look at those names that have come through that we couldn't hold on to. The Urlachers of the world, we got lucky and they didn't have the portal. Would he have stayed? If someone, in which I think it would have been hard for him to stay. If someone's throwing $4 million at him, back then it would have been probably $2 million. But just thought I'd throw that out there.
I appreciate that, Mike. And it's a good mindset to have. It's a positivity mindset. And I think that especially at this level, whether it's Eric Olin, Jason Eck has talked about it, it's embracing it. It's not running away from it. It's not woe is me talking down about it. It's saying, hey, if you get the opportunity to take a step forward in your collegiate career because of what you've done at the University of New Mexico, that's a positive. And they're going to spin that in recruiting and saying, hey, this is a place you can come to, win games, be good at, and get an opportunity. And I know it used to just be the worry of being a stepping stone for coaches, even though that wasn't a thing. It's just an irrational fear forever. For Lobo fans, you've seen it in basketball like twice. Steve Alford going to UCLA or Richard Pitino going to Xavier, but that as heck hasn't happened in the football program in a long time. But it's just it's just going to be a stepping stone. But if you wrap your mind around it, if you want to be a college fan, that's just pretty much what I'm saying. If you still want to support college athletics, if you have that mindset, because there's always a bigger fish. You're a bigger fish than someone else, and there's bigger fish than you. And so when you have a guy that moves on, and JT Toppin is a great example. JT was a good basketball player here, was a fantastic basketball player at Texas Tech. Excited to see him come back from his knee injury this season. But if you embrace that mindset of enjoy the moment, grow, and then maybe you can get these guys to stick around in next season. What you saw with Donovan did for 3 years, what you're seeing with this football team right now, there are a lot of guys that had opportunities, I'm sure, to go. But something was building. A connection was made. And you get that extra year. And it is now like 2-year windows that you're looking at in college athletics if you're lucky. When you kind of get the talent, you get a good team together, if you can have that 2-year run and do something, because that's exactly what Lobo football is looking at right now. But in that regard, yeah, you have players that might move on. But if you can embrace the moment, I think the coaching staff, whether we're talking about football or basketball, basketball is the same conversation we're having, right? It's Jake Hall, it's Uriah Tenet. It's that year 2. You're able to keep them together. You embrace the moment. You have the right mindset. You can keep players around, but then also you realize that, yeah, maybe someone poaches us, but guess what? We're going to go out there and poach someone else. And we're going to get one of those guys in here that takes off. That's just the way the game is played now. And you mentioned Brian Urlacher, and I know it's something that Kenny Thomas talked a lot about. Easy to say when you don't have to answer that question, but yeah, guys at that level, you sticking around 4 years? Probably not. They're not even doing it at some of the big schools. It's just is what it is when it comes to getting the bag. But try to see it how it is now, when the players are invested, what you're doing, what you're trying to develop. And we're in a situation right now with global football and men's basketball. We're in that year 2 window where you saw some development, you saw some success, and now you have expectations and players returning. These little 2-year windows, you can get them, enjoy them. 505-246-0610, that's Sports Animal Hotline, and the Meineke on San Pedro text line. And speaking of players returning, we'll hear from Xavier Slayton coming up in the next hour, one of the standout defensive linemen for the Lobos that's looking to take his game to another level. Look at what they returned on that defensive line. Brian Booker, Jalen McIver, 2 strong defensive tackles inside. Xavier Slayton, who's a bit of a do-it-all defensive lineman. You can see him on the edge. You can slide him inside. He's kind of in the mold of Gabe Lopez. He's not a true defensive tackle, but with what Spence Nowitzki does with that defense, how aggressive they want to be, create some mismatches, sliding him inside. He's the dude that committed, and he stuck around. And a lot of players on that Lobo defense, especially with how good they played last year, had opportunities. And I'm sure that their agents or whoever's handling that, they were getting a ton of phone calls, and they were getting text messages and offers to go other places. For return, co-defense player of the year, Jackson Eck. Well, yeah, his dad's the head coach, but man, I'm sure his dad was getting calls about, I know he's your son, but he comes back. The secondary, the defensive line, like that's kind of what we're discussing, just embracing the moment of the decisions that have been made. 505-246-0610. Hear from you this morning on those decisions, but we come back on the other side. We'll talk some Lobo football, what Jason Eck had to say about the UNM quarterback competition, and we'll hear from Xavier Slayton, the defensive lineman who looks up to his brother, who was an NFL defensive lineman. That is next right here on the Sports Animal.
This is a
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico.
He's going to struggle. They're not going to win games, and you're going to go to Shedeur Sanders. And then you'll be like, well, now it's time for Shedeur to shine, and we'll see the last 8 weeks of the season if there's something there. Maybe there is. We don't have to do a lot at quarterback. We can focus our resources on other places. Like, that's how it's going to go. Instead of just moving on from Deshaun Watson, just realizing, you know what, this isn't going to work. You already committed money to him. It's dead money. No, it's we know how it's going to play out in Cleveland. We could see this from the get-go, even with John Watson and being mad at the fans for booing him. They're booing you because you're bad at football and you don't have a story that people are going to root for. And now you're asking Cleveland Browns fans to go out there and support Sean Watson to start the season. Have fun with that. Now, a different quarterback competition right here in Albuquerque at the University of New Mexico between James Lobstein and Luke Moga. Yes, Toa Ba'abai is in the mix, young quarterback, but I think Lobstein and Moga are the two guys you're going to see. And yesterday after practice, Jason X said that, quote, if it ends up being really tight, maybe you're just going to play multiple quarterbacks. I don't want to force it if there's not one clear guy. And we've pretty much had this read for a couple weeks now, that you're going to see multiple quarterbacks play. And James Lobstein, can he be more efficient in the pass game? He has to be if he's named the starting quarterback. You know, he was the running quarterback last year. Did a lot of good. It's just a straight run game, power run game from the quarterback position, but he's going to have to throw the football, of course. And then Luke Moga, who, like, we had this discussion about the young quarterback. At some point, you're just going to have to let him play football. You're going to have to give him an opportunity. I think that comes, but I don't think that necessarily means he's the week one starter. But do you see him on the field early in the season? Yeah. That's from what we've seen in camp, from what Jason Eck has said about this competition. And also, I just think the style of football the Lobos are going to play this season, I think they're going to look for efficiency early on. Try to figure out how they can settle in on offense, what they're going to lean on. They're going to run the football regardless of who's in at quarterback. where can the explosive come in the pass game? Because there's some questions in the skill position. And Troy O'Meara, yeah, the dude looks the part. I get it. I've heard it. I've had NFL guys. Ned James, our quarterback, was at Rams camp talking with Jordan Whittington, a third-year Rams wide receiver who was in college with Troy O'Meara back in the day at Texas, and saying, yeah, this dude's got the good. He's not healthy. He's got to get on the field. So, yeah, you see it, the potential, but it's going to be lean on that defense, field position game, find any way possible to finish drives with points, which, again, the kicking competition now I think rises to the number 2 question mark for me, which outside of the quarterback competition, Luke Dreswicki, who was one of those guys that was in that gray area. Is he going to be eligible? Being one of those 5th-year guys, he ended up committing to Minnesota. And, of course, Eric DePrado, last year's special teams coordinator, went to Minnesota. So we'll see if Dreswicki is going to be eligible or not. But the kicking competition now for the Lobos is going to be huge. Just finishing drive. But what they're going to lean on, Jonah, is that defense. And we've talked about it this morning. We heard from Malik Ali on the offensive line. Well, how about the defensive line? Xavier Slayton, who's coming back this year, part of a fun group in that front 7. And he's confident. And when you got a brother to lean on that's played in the NFL, yeah, you got someone good to look up to. Here's a conversation with Xavier Slayton.
With defensive lineman Xavier Slayton entering year 2 at the University of New Mexico, man, when you think about last year, what's the first memory that comes to your mind about that?
It's a big year. We turned everything around. We turned a lot. We proved a lot of people wrong. People were going had us going 1-11. We ended up having a good season, and now everybody on the lookout for us. Yeah.
What was it like, watching this team get better every day throughout the year, and then coming out here for that San Diego State, and just what that game was like?
I say it was surreal. Just the fan base. The fan base showed up. We showed up and showed out. Of course, we stood on 10, and we showed up. We won a big game. Yep.
For you, you see your versatility there on the defensive line. Where do you think you've grown the most as a player coming into this year?
I say leadership. We showed leadership. Last year I wasn't really, scouted as a leader. I was just kind of the laid back guy, but now I'm like, one of the guys the guys look up to, and I'm kind of embracing that role.
What's it like when you kind of step into that leadership role? You have the physicality, you have the size and everything, but the mental side of the game, how does that help you as a player?
It helps a lot. For me, I've been playing. This is my 5th year, like you said. And, Coach Loney kind of prepared me a lot and prepared the guys well. Weekly, what we got to do on and off the field, and, they just kind of helped me mentally.
You mentioned your defensive line coach. What's it like, his presence and just the way that he gets you guys going?
Meant a lot, man. Coach Loney a real one for sure. I can always depend on him. He can always depend on me, the rest of the guys, and he's always going to expect the best out of us. Yeah.
You look at your journey in the game of football. Growing up, did you have anyone that you looked up to, or was there really a moment that sparked you to get to this point right now?
My big brother, Chris Slayton. He played in the NFL, and I kind of looked up to him going on his D1 visits and everything as a kid, and that just made me want to follow his footsteps.
You talk about your brother. What's that dynamic like, knowing that you do have someone that's been there, done that, kind of help you through the good and the bad on the football field?
I mean, it's kind of like a cheat code, but it means a lot though, for sure. I could call on him whenever I'm feeling like down or don't know what's going on. He could just give me the right answer and lead me in the right direction.
And wrapping up with Xavier Slayton, you look this team. I know you guys have high expectations, focus day in and day out getting better. But for you, what do you want to accomplish on the football field?
I want to accomplish individually as many sacks as I can, many accolades I can. But as a team, I want to win that Mountain West Championship. I want to go CFP, basketball player.
CFP, and it might come down to quarterback play in this offense, because that defense is legit. Even without Brett Carr, who is not eligible right now, the secondary is better. Spencer Winsky is going to dial it up, put some pressure on opposing quarterbacks. And if you can get the offense to figure out kind of who can take over, where the explosives are going to come from, might be some close games, but Lobo football has an opportunity because of that defense. Appreciate the time there from defensive lineman Xavier Slayton. When we come back on the other side, the QB2 conversation, it is fascinating right there now in the NFL. Yes, if your starting quarterback goes down 9 out of 10 times, yeah, your season, it's probably over. But there's some fascinating quarterback battles, including the one in LA. And is this player just playing to be a QB2 forever? We'll hit that next right here on The Sports Animal.
The Jim Rome Show.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Hey, it's me, George Lovato Jr., the on-call outdoor chef, and you're watching me right now on ProView Networks Comcast Channel 26. I'm coming back for Season 3, a lot of new stuff, fun recipes from the Southwest, a little history, Southwestern cooking techniques. We're going to cook underground. I might even tell you a secret about Chimayo red chili. Come on back and watch us at chasingtheflames.com or here on Channel 26, ProView Networks. Bye-bye. See you later.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico.
Bennett be the Rams' backup quarterback. Now, Bennett made a statement this week, and he just needs to play some football. This is one of those guys, just get on the field, play some football. He threw for 181 yards, ran for 2 touchdowns, showing off a little bit of athleticism, played turnover-free football. So an impressive weekend for Stetson Bennett. Ty Simpson then did come in and play after that. And he threw for 73 yards, but we saw Ty Simpson get the extended look in the prior week against Kansas City. And Sean McVay said, quote of Stetson Bennett, I think he's getting better and better. I think part of it is the overall command. I thought he made some really good decisions. And you know what? Good on you, Stetson Bennett. Because you have found what works. Obviously, this dude is good in practice, understands the offense, checks all the boxes in the film room for, again, Sean McVay and this team to be as committed to him as they've been over the, 3-4 years now since he's come out of Georgia and been with the Rams. Yeah, Ty Simpson is the next guy being a first-round pick. But, heck, man, if you can just be the QB2 for, another 7 years, why the heck not?
You guys still have Jimmy Garoppolo, right?
I do not believe Jimmy Garoppolo is on the signed with any.
Really? I thought he was.
But it's Stetson Bennett, Ty Simpson, Matthew Stafford.
Seems like he understands the offense more than any other backup.
And I think Stetson Bennett, you could see him, at least early in the season, actually being the back quarterback for the Rams. And then maybe like second half, whether it's official or not, Ty Simpson might slide into, if Matthew Stafford goes down, Matthew comes into a game. But heck, man, you find your role and be a superstar.
And backup quarterbacks, I feel like, are kind of getting like more valuable now. As a even a 49er fan, Brock Purdy was out for the year. We had Mac Jones, and he did really good through his stint. So you have a quality backup that knows that system really well, and you're still in playoff hopes. That could really help your team if your quarterback does go down.
And it's hard because we're struggling to find 32 of these guys that are good enough to start, let alone having a good backup quarterback. And yeah, Mac Jones, right now, he's the number one backup in the league. And I think Mac Jones probably is going to get one more chance to be a starting quarterback somewhere after this season. But he was phenomenal in his time filling in for Brock Purdy. Absolutely.
It's something about that Kyle Shanahan offense.
It is good.
Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl. He was with our offense. So I think that's what Mac Jones said. He went into the offense. Sean McVay could definitely do that to these backups because they have similar offenses. So whoever that backup quarterback's going to be, I feel like, is very confident they could possibly be a starting quarterback for a different team.
And this is an interesting one because, Ty Simpson for sure is going to get the opportunity. They invested a first-round pick in him, and they saw that they had the ability to develop him with Matthew Stafford still being there. But, just looking at Stetson Bennett, watching him play, and he was impressive. And that's what you want to see when you're looking at, these young quarterbacks, these backup quarterbacks in the preseason. It's moments for the next opportunity. It's moments to say, all right, there's a reason why you're the backup quarterback. Oh, there's a reason why next week in practice you should get reps with the twos to get an opportunity. I think Stetson Bennett has himself a job as a backup quarterback for the Rams for as long as Sean McVay is there. And you know what? You're going to get a paycheck. You're going to get your opportunity to play some football at some point in time, and you got yourself a long career. So I think good job, Stetson Bennett, for hanging in there, coming back. The Rams obviously trust you, and you found yourself a heck of a spot. So when we talk about backup quarterback, yeah, more times than not, you go to a backup for any extended period of time. Yeah, your season's over. But what really you're hoping for is you didn't lose your quarterback for an extended period of time, and it's how do we get by for a week or two in these situations? And then these battles continue. And you look at other jobs that are open that could be impactful, and you go to Philadelphia with, yes, Andy Dalton is in Philadelphia battling for the backup job. And that's an interesting one where do you go with been there, done that, or maybe someone like Tanner McKee, who's been kind of a preseason camp standout the last couple of seasons. Nick Sirianni said, well, I think both guys are battling, and I'm really confident in both of those guys. Because Andy Dalton could be someone that, well, not could be. He's one of those veteran quarterbacks. He gets cut, he'll get scooped up pretty fast to be a backup quarterback. Somewhere in this league, so we saw Andy Dalton get back on track in Carolina. When it was early on, Bryce Young stumbling, just coming out of the block. We saw Andy Dalton get the job there, then kind of car accident. And that's how Bryce Young got back on the field. But now with Dave Canales, we're hoping better things moving forward for Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. And then lastly, kind of wrapping up on the backup quarterback news, because that's been some of the biggest talk of camp over the weekend. Aaron Rodgers, final ride. Hoorah, here we go, for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They drafted Drew Aller, did Mike McCarthy and his staff in the third round. And I was with having Will Howard, who won a championship at Ohio State. He was on a roster this past season for the Steelers. And, of course, the been there, done that backup quarterback, Mason Rudolph. Well, reports are coming out that the Steelers are set on keeping Will Howard and Drew Aller on their 53-man roster. That's from Gary Dulcich of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette over the weekend, but that would mean they're keeping 4 quarterbacks? Because if Mason Rudolph, who's your experienced backup, started games for you, and Will Howard and Drew Eller, does that make sense to keep 4 quarterbacks on your 53-man roster?
No. One of them has to. And I think they're banking on their 2 quarterbacks, Will and Drew, so they don't waste draft capital. So I think Mason's going to be the one that's going to get cut.
Because there's a feeling, especially with Will Howard, there's a sense that people don't think he'll clear waivers, come back to the practice squad. And now, if you're Pittsburgh, do you just try to get maybe a 7th round pick out of him? I know he was their 6th round pick 2 years ago, really hasn't gotten much of an opportunity there. It's a new regime. Mike McCarthy comes in, and a 3rd round pick on a quarterback's pretty strong investment.
Yeah,
and to bring in Drew Aller
and what he's been doing in the preseason, they're gonna keep.
So this is one of those. All right, you float it out there, you put it out there, saying, "Yeah, we're willing to keep these 4 quarterbacks to see if you get an offer." It's Will Howard, right? He's the one guy that, if you get a 7th round pick for him, you'll probably move on him. But I don't see Pittsburgh holding on to 4 quarterbacks on the active roster. 3 would make sense. Rodgers, Rudolph, Drew Aller. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Will Howard's outside looking in. Maybe he gets somewhere. But the backup quarterback battles continue because it's fascinating. Because you're going to see a lot of these guys. What was it, just 2 years ago? I think we had 60 different quarterback start games in the NFL. So yeah, these teams take it seriously, and these conversations are worth having about the depth at the quarterback position. It's the opening drive right here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is the Herd. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games.
This is a double-edged sword conversation. Hit you both ways. Straight football and then fantasy football. Because tis the season, baby. Fantasy football drafts. And they're rolling along. A lot coming up Labor Day. I know my big league, we get together on that Monday, do our live draft. And it gets going. And one of the biggest questions in fantasy football revolves around the San Francisco 49ers. It's the opening drive here on The Sports Animal. What it do? Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Hope you all had a good weekend. JJ Buck, Jonah holding it down, Adrian producing on ProView Network. So was it planned? Is it something? Is it nothing? I am concerned because we've been here before. What are we talking about? Well, Christian McCaffrey returned to practice yesterday. It's his first time on the field since August 8th. And the 49ers we're just saying it's tightness. And you know that raised eyebrows. Concerning, because what happened with tightness back in 2024? Well, that carried into the season because he had tendonitis in his Achilles. It was both Achilles. And then he ended up having a PCL injury later in the season. And that year was gone. But he bounced back in a big way, had 413 touches, led the league, was just a monster. Any way they could get him to the football, they did. Now, Christian McCaffrey yesterday said, quote, this was kind of part of the plan from the jump, was to ramp up pretty big, get 9-10 practices in, and then kind of come back down and then ramp back up so we're fresh for the duration. Understandable. Yes, and veterans get rest days. Happens in college football with the fifth-year players. Of course, it happens in the NFL. But when there's a recent history of soreness turning out to be something very, very bad with Christian McCaffrey, it raises concern. Are you buying what CMC and the 49ers are selling right now on the planned app?
I don't know. I just got news our owner just got arrested.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Jed York got arrested.
Is that real?
Yes, it's real. Jed York was arrested in Ohio this weekend and found guilty over 2 misdemeanor charges. What the heck?
We'll see.
That's crazy.
That pops up on the feed anyway, as we'll keep an eye on Jed York.
Now, Christian McCaffrey, I am a little bit concerned. Like you said, we've seen this before. But it's also with age, too, that we've seen with running back getting into their 30s or pushing to their 30s, they start declining from there. The only one that I haven't seen is Derrick Henry, but that guy's a monster. So his play style relies on more of his legs and not really power. So it is a bit concerning for me.
And that's the thing. It's because we had 2024 happen. And it's, again, it's kind of a double-pronged conversation because it is just a straight football and what Christian McCaffrey means to that offense. And then everyone who plays fantasy football answering the question, are you drafting him in the first round? No. CMC is someone else's problem this year. If he ends up having a fantastic season, so be it. But again, if you're the 49ers, Mike Evans is 33 and has dealt with hamstring issues coming off the collarbone injury he had last year. George Kittle, who's not on the PUP, could play week 1, but that's your tight end coming off an Achilles injury. And then, as you said, you have a 30-year-old running back that has a history of injury, that when he's healthy, he's phenomenal, but he also had over 400 touches on offense. So.
And we have Trent Williams, who is pushing 40, that had injuries in the past. So the window is closing. It's either this year.
Is it still open? What they did last year was crazy.
Yes,
with the injuries.
that's why I say it's still open because of what happened last year.
To win and then ultimately beat the Eagles in the playoffs on the road,
Reigning
like
Super
that.
Bowl champions.
That was crazy. It was with what they were able to accomplish and get their injuries. But again, it's at some point in time that's going to catch up with. Bosa's still a question mark.
Torn ACL, his third in his career.
He's not fully back practicing. You know, it's a tightness, it's a soreness, it's inflammation coming back from that. It's hard.
Ricky Pearsall out for the year.
Pearsall's out for the year.
I still.
And then you look at so Stribling, who's the first pick of the second round. He's been a preseason standout, wide receiver. Heck, man, you're gonna see, and this is what one that Deebo Samuel. You're going to see a throwback Deebo Samuel in this offense.
Yes,
I think it's
yes.
They're going because everyone is old. They don't really care about wear and tear. It's like they're just gonna. If you're available, you're gonna get the football. And I think Deebo Samuel actually ends up being a guy that spells Christian McCaffrey some with what we saw. You used to getting him the football a lot in the backfield.
And
I think we'll see that this year.
Even watching practices and he barely played during the preseason, but watching some practices compared to last year and when Deebo wasn't here, we ran a lot of motions with Deebo, and he was more of our like stuntman on where the play was possibly going. So that's why we motioned him a lot. Last year we didn't have that because of him. So now it's looking a lot better. Because that's something that Kyle Shanahan is great about doing, is like all those motions and just misdirection of everything. And now that we have Deebo back, it's possibly looking better. And people forget about Kyle Juszczyk too.
Juszczyk in that offense.
Yeah,
I think you'll get a lot of Deebo Samuel this year. I think he'll be a sneaky good addition, a solid player for them. Take some pressure off Christian McCaffrey. But man, that one. If you're a 49ers fan, you just keep your fingers crossed, knock on wood, because you don't know. You've been here before. Now, is it as bad as the tendonitis and the Achilles that we saw? Don't think so. But it's just that concern. 30-year-old running back. Even these guys that are in great shape, like football, man, it will get you. It gets you. And you're just banking on a lot of what was in this offense. Mike Evans, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle.
We had this offense 2-3 years ago. Then we
best offense in the NFL.
Yes.
But now you're just hoping, can you get through 17 games? So the breaking news, and you alluded to it, it is real. San Francisco 49ers owner Jed York pleaded no contest to criminal charges after being arrested on suspicion of engaging in prostitution in Ohio over the weekend, according to court documents.
What are we
What
doing?
is it with owners, man? Massage parlors. Yep, looking at you, Robert Kraft. Like old dudes with money, and you just got to pay for it? Goodness. Yeah, so York was arrested Sunday morning at the Wheat Hill Mobile Home Community.
Wait, what? Mobile home?
In East Palestine, Ohio, a police incident stated. The police department was assisting the Mahoning Valley Human Trafficking Task Force in the arrest of 46-year-old York.
You better step down then.
He was booked in county jail. So a judge sentenced York to 1 day in jail for each count, which were served concurrently and ordered him to pay a $150 fine under the disorderly conduct convention, $1,000 conviction, and a $1,000 fine for possessing criminal tools. The court transaction statement showed the fines have been paid. Well, that seems like nothing. Get out of jail,
Pocket
but
change.
Goodness.
Yeah, you thought I was kidding. I saw it.
No.
And I was looking at the Christian McCaffrey stuff. There's a Instagram account on it's called Our 49ers, and it does 49ers update. And the first thing it was all like, Jed York arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Here you go. Oh man. Just keep it in your pants. Is it really that hard? Well, there goes Jed York trying to get some. But then, then you get the human trafficking involved, and then that's like, it's not just, let people do what they want. Now that could be off. That could be an off situation. So that's going down right now. 49ers owner Jed York arrested over the weekend. As we talk about Christian McCaffrey and tightness, it's the opening drive right here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hey, it's me, George Lovato Jr., the on-call outdoor chef, and you're watching me right now on ProView Network's Comcast Channel 26. I'm coming back for Season 3, a lot of new stuff, fun recipes from the Southwest, a little history, Southwestern cooking techniques. We're going to cook underground. I might even tell you a secret about Chimayo Red Chili. Come on back and watch us at chasingtheflames.com or here on Channel 26, ProView Networks. Bye-bye. See you later.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Junior local high school product, Prep Academy product, ABC Prep, decides to go to Xavier. He whittled down his Final Five and chose to join Rich Pitino after this upcoming senior season. Congratulations to that young man. The quarterback competition at the University of Mexico still wide open. Jason Eck saying that right now there's not a clear front runner, so maybe you'll just see multiple quarterbacks early in the year and possibly throughout the season. And I think that's what will indeed happen for Lobo football. Deshaun Watson officially named the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns this morning. You went with him taking a shot at the fans for booing him. Why do you think they're booing you, Deshaun Watson? They don't care that you tore your Achilles a couple times. They care you played bad football and just not a good dude. Before you got to Cleveland, they handed you $250 million guaranteed. So, yeah, you're going to have to deal with that as a starting quarterback now of the Cleveland Browns. Now, their first two games are on the road, so they'll be away from home, and they get to deal with the boos of the opposing fans for Deshaun Watson. Donovan Dent going to LSU. I don't think that came down before the weekend, but I had the opportunity to discuss that this morning. And CBS Sports put out a list of their top 5 for 5 transfers, players that regained eligibility and are coming back. And of course, Donovan Dent was on the list. And I thought it was funny because it does sum up Will Wade and LSU this offseason. Of course, Will Wade back to LSU after going, getting let go. A lot of off the court stuff went down, getting mixed up before the money was legal to go to all the players and everything that was going on. So Will Wade loses his job at LSU, goes to McNeese State, goes to North Carolina State. They bring him back, and this is CBS Sports on LSU and Donovan. It said LSU's strategy this offseason of recruiting as many players as possible who may not be eligible for the 2026-27 season is something that will either be genius or backfire. And they did also bring a lot of players, a handful of players from overseas that had questionable eligibility, as we discussed. So, okay, you're playing pro overseas. You're 26, 27 years old. Can you come back to college athletics? Can you be doing that? LSU has dipped their toes in that. But as of now, Donovan Dent is just a 5 for 5. Donovan Dent didn't play summer league. Donovan Dent wasn't drafted by anyone. He was content of not chasing that next check, but when he had the opportunity, the extra year, and his name is on the right lawsuit. And this is state by state right now, because I know it was super confusing Friday morning when it came down that Brett Carhu and Bear Levels were not eligible to Lobo football players, but yet other 5 for 5 players are eligible. Yeah, it's messy. It's not one just blanket lawsuit or blanket injunction for everyone. It's what lawsuit your name is on. It is state by state. But as of now, Donovan Mitton is eligible, and he's going to LSU, and we'll see. Will Wade just throwing everything out there in year one if it sticks. But if you're Donnie, that's it to you. Congratulations on that big paycheck. Go out there, enjoy yourself in the SEC. And I'm sure we'll see you back in Albuquerque next summer. So there you go. Opening drive, JJ Buck, Jonah Holman down with you, Adrian producing on ProView Networks. There's a lot of stuff want to get into. Looking forward to peeling back the layers more tomorrow. But an interesting one, when you look at quarterbacks, we're talking about veteran quarterbacks, we're talking about QB2s, rookie quarterbacks playing. A dude that's in a similar boat, and we talk about Michael Penix Jr. in a quarterback competition, air quotes, right now, is just because he wasn't fully cleared to play football. I think Michael Penix Jr. is going to be the starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, and Kevin Stefanski will see what he can do in year one, if he can salvage anything there with, unfortunately for Penix, coming off another ACL injury. But the player that just kind of is there, it's Cam Ward. And so Robert Saleh takes over. Brian Dable, I think, is a good offensive coordinator to try to get something out of Cam Ward, but it's kind of blah in preseason and camp for Cam Ward and the Titans. And he could be a guy that absolutely they draft someone else over next year, or they're in that veteran quarterback market. Who's available? We shall see. But they invested in Carnell Tate in the 4th overall pick, trying to bring in a true number 1 wide receiver. Carnell Tate, wide receiver out of Ohio State. So they like him, but they haven't really seen anything out of Carnell Tate. Hasn't played much in the preseason, but when he's been on the field, Cam Ward hasn't connected with him. And Ward was sluggish again. He struggled, of course, in the game against San Francisco a couple games ago. And then yesterday, he was 8 of 12 for 69 yards. He was taken out before the second quarter was halfway done. And if you're Brian Daboll, you're just trying to get some confidence in this young man, put together somewhat of an efficient offense. But I think, Cam Ward, when we talk about all these quarterbacks and development and who's next, I guess for him, he's kind of flying under the radar right now, but you're an NFL quarterback. You're going to feel it. You're never under the radar. This is one situation that I could see them pulling the trigger early on the Cam Ward development.
Yeah, and since they were not the ones that drafted him, so I don't know. He has decent receivers. Carnell is the number 1, but he had 0 catches during the 49ers game. When I watched the game, Wan'Dale Robinson is quality receiver that came from the Giants, and then Calvin Ridley. So it's hard to say right now, but yeah, I could see them going to a different direction once the season's done.
Yeah, they're this is Cam Ward's year, no doubt about it. But this is one where there's certain situations you look at with young quarterback and you say, yeah, even there's a struggle, that franchise thing. Okay, there's a big investment there. There's still a lot of upside. That's Jackson Dart to me and the Giants. I think that there's, a 2-year window there. I'm trying to just think of other young quarterbacks that mainly probably just Jackson Dart right now. Even if there's some bumps in the road, I think he's their guy for the next 2 years for sure. I don't feel that with Cam Ward.
It's a bit off.
Yeah, it's the word I've seen kind of thrown out, uninspiring about his performance so far.
You would think he would be a good leader too, but I don't see that either.
And so that's it. That's definitely one of the situations of young quarterbacks. You can usually see, hey, even though there's some bumps in the road, there's a commitment. But he said it's a new coaching staff that they were brought in, of course, to maximize Cam Ward, and that's exactly what they're going to try to do. But it feels like if it's a bumpy season for Ward, that Tennessee would be willing to move off a young quarterback and just see what's next. So of every quarterback is under pressure. And we always ask the question, I know Jeff and I go back and forth. I'm like, well, then what are you going to do, right? There's certain quarterbacks, like we've talked about Justin Herbert a lot. Like, that's a big year for Justin Herbert. Okay, but I'm not moving off Justin Herbert. it's the Trevor Lawrence conversation the last couple of years in Jacksonville. Just people waiting for Trevor. Okay, I'm not moving off Trevor Lawrence. I'm actually just waiting to get the right guy. And guess what? That was Liam Cohen in the offense. So there's certain guys, there's always pressure on the quarterback position. But what does that mean? It's like you're not moving off certain guys. This is a young quarterback that absolutely, if they don't see progress, if Brian Daboll is unable to show some efficiency with Cam Ward, I think Tennessee's open market. Maybe Mac Jones.
Joe Milton.
Joe Milton. But think about it. Robert Saleh. He was defense coordinator last year for the 49ers,
he was
right?
the defensive coordinator for last
So
year,
he's
familiar.
He was back in the building with Mac Jones. You have starting experience with Mac Jones. He had to kind of rework himself as a backup. Could be your starting quarterback next season for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Cam Ward struggles. Mac Jones. There you go. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out this morning.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Getting old, man. Getting old. Adrian, thanks for holding it down on ProView Networks as well. We got Colin Cowherd coming up next. Jim Rome follows that. And then Westwood One Sports Radio will take over as No Coach on a Monday. They're back in action tomorrow on the road against Round Rock. Everybody, have a great day. Metal World, peace and love, and we'll talk tomorrow at 7 a.m.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast